Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. What's quickly becoming the storyline of this NFL draft is, Geno Smith's draft stock and how everyone seems to differ on where this guy is going to go in the draft. You had Mike Mayock end an article in Pro Football Weekly, basically blasting Geno Smith, one for his maturity and off the field issues. Mike Mayock then comes out and pretty much criticizes his football awareness and his overall football savvy from an on-field point of view. So he gets it from both directions there. And then you have Jason La Canfora coming out and saying that there's no way that Geno Smith is not a top 5 pick in the upcoming draft. So, I mean, these are guys who are NFL insiders who know the league, have connections in the league, how the information could be so wide and varying over Geno Smith, who is, obviously thought to be the top quarterback prospect in this draft. I mean, you theoretically have one guy who's La Canfora is a respected reporter in the NFL for CBS. He says top 5, no doubt. Mayock says, he may go in the first round, but there's no way he's a first-round talent, and there's no way he grades out in the first round. And then you have that gentleman from Pro Football Weekly, whose name escapes me right now, who absolutely just blasted Geno Smith and said some things. Who knows about that off the field stuff if it's true. Mayock stuff, he claims obviously he can prove it by watching the tape. We'll see how this all unfolds. But I think when you look at the draft, after the top 10 picks, there's not a team that's going to take a quarterback from 10 to 32. So you could pretty much now with all the free agency stuff has largely happened, especially from a quarterback position perspective, you can sort of begin to plot if Geno Smith goes in the top 10 or even in the top 5 where he might go. I mean, at pick number 1, the Chiefs, they're not taking a quarterback with what they owe Alex Smith this year. They're not taking a quarterback in the first round. Pick number 2 belongs to the Jaguars. That's the team that there's the most confusion about. We don't know if their interest is genuine or it's a smokescreen. La Canfora thinks the interest is genuine, and he thinks the smokescreen is the fact that they're saying that they believe in Blaine Gabbert. So if he's right, that's probably where he figures Geno Smith is going to go, number 2 to the Jaguars. The 3rd pick, the Raiders. The Raiders, again, trading for Matt Flynn, giving him that money, possibly still trying to develop Terrell Pryor under him. I don't see the Raiders as a fit in the first round, especially given the fact that they don't have a second-round pick. All right, that would really be putting all their eggs in one basket by taking Geno Smith. Pick 4 is the Eagles, another intriguing team. But the way I think of it is, they have Michael Vick and Nick Foles. And, I haven't heard either way what they really think about Nick Foles. Obviously, everything's positive because he's currently on the roster, but you don't know internally what they feel about Nick Foles. Vick is obviously only there on a 1-year deal. Are they a team that possibly surprises us all and takes Geno Smith with the 4th pick? And, above all, Chip Kelly should be aware, because he comes from college football, the talent level of a Geno Smith and if Geno Smith would fit in his offense. But I think the Eagles are an extreme dark horse in this. But still, they're a team that if they picked a quarterback, I wouldn't be shocked. But they have so many other needs, I don't really expect it. Pick 5, the Lions, they don't need a quarterback. They have Matthew Stafford. They're all set. Pick 6, the Browns, they have Brandon Weeden. They picked up Jason Campbell. They recently traded Colt McCoy. I don't see them going quarterback. They already have a young quarterback they're giving a shot to. If you listen to this channel, I expect the Browns, if Weeden doesn't work out this year, to take a quarterback next year in a draft that's more quarterback heavy. So I don't see the Browns being an option. The next pick is the Cardinals. Bruce Arians came out and said today explicitly, I don't see a quarterback that the Cardinals would take in the first round that's available in this draft. So that's pretty clear cut. They're not going to take a quarterback, especially since they signed Drew Stanton, and especially since they traded for Carson Palmer earlier this week. Pick number 8, the Bills. The Bills are a team that could definitely be in the mix for a quarterback. What do they think of Geno Smith? Do they think they can get equal or just slightly less and get more value with the pick towards the top of the 2nd round? They have Tavares Jackson in the mix at quarterback. They obviously signed Kevin Cobb, but I still think they're in the mix for a quarterback. I just think they're not going to take one in the first round. That's just what I think. But they're one of the teams that you can put as a candidate. to possibly take Geno Smith here. Pick 9, the Jets. Again, do they need a quarterback? Probably. They owe Sanchez, though, so much money that they're not going to take a quarterback number 9. They're just not going to do it. I'm pretty plugged into the Jets, and they signed Garrard as a backup to compete with Sanchez. Don't expect the Jets to take a quarterback no matter how much as a fan you might want them to. And pick 10, the Titans. They're going to develop Jake Locker. They believe in Jake Locker. They signed Ryan Fitzpatrick as an insurance policy kind of backup. So they're not. I don't think they're in a mix at all for Geno Smith either. So when you really break it down, you have the Jaguars. That's probably the strongest candidate to take Geno Smith if they're interested. The Eagles as a dark horse, and the Bills as a dark horse. I don't think there's anyone else in that top 10 that would even be interested in Geno Smith. And from 10 to 32, you guys can take a look at it. There's not one team there that's going to look for a quarterback in those spots. And I think that's what's going to push Geno Smith possibly to the second round. If the Jaguars' interest is not genuine and they don't take him number 2, I think you see Geno Smith plummet to the second round. And I think you see a team at that point jump on him at the top of the second round. Whether it's the Jaguars who pick at 33, the Eagles who pick at 35, okay, the Cardinals pick at 38, but I don't think they're going to be in the mix for a quarterback whatsoever, given what they signed Carson Palmer to. So, let me know what you guys think. If I'm mapping this out right, if you see this Geno Smith, basically the thing in my mind coming down to, do the Jaguars take him or not? If they don't, I don't see any of those teams jumping on him, and I see him falling to the second round. But let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload 5-10 sports talk videos a day, mostly about the NFL, college sports, and Major League Baseball. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.